Welcome to Tackle Talk Live, a program full of insight and information related to bass tournaments with a primary focus on Sam Rayburn and Toledo Bend. A show dedicated to making you a better bass fisherman with one-on-one interviews with winning anglers. Your host, Kevin Jean, Territory Manager for Sport Co-Marketing, who's no stranger to tournament success. An avid angler who understands how to compete at a high level. Daiwa and Camus Boats Pro Staffer, Steve Graff, a successful angler in his own right, who continues to pursue tournament-winning stringers. So, get ready to take notes from two knowledgeable anglers here on Tackle Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Kevin Jean and Steve Graff.
That's right. You tuned in to Tackle Talk Live. It's me, Steve Graff, Daiwa Pro Staffer, along with Territory Manager for Sport Co-Marketing, Brother Kevin Jean, down there in Lafayette, Louisiana. And Kevin, today, I mean, it's like we're playing a broken record over and over and over. Toledo Bend, how good it is. Jesus, man, what is going on with Toledo Bend?
Toledo Bend, how good it is. Colmore and Cody Pitt, how good they are.
Yeah, same old song, different verse. You know, you're just like, good gosh. But these two guys, of course, everybody knows who they are. I mean, having Cole, I'm looking forward to having Cole on today. And you know, we got to make a rule, Kevin. We got to start telling these guys, okay, if you're on multiple times, you got to really start giving some juice. You got to start giving us some good nitty gritty, something we can hang our hat on a little bit.
Now, Steve, talking to Cole yesterday, I think we're going to get a little bit more than usual. He don't have anything else. Him or Cody, they don't have anything on Toledo for a long time now because he can't fish. Cody's going offshore working, fixing to leave to go offshore.
Oh, okay.
Cole has nothing coming up. I think we're going to get a little bit more than usual. We're going to get baits and things like that, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's just not going to be spot or, you know, how the spot is set up or things like that, which, hey, we get. But, Steve, I mean, how hot, and you said it a while ago off air before we came on air, is Toledo Bend the hottest lake in the country?
Yeah.
I mean, 43 pounds to win, Steve, 34 pounds a second. How would you have liked to wade in 24-14, 25 pounds,
yes,
and get 10th place?
Yes.
25 pounds got you 10th place.
Barely made the top 10
with 25 pounds.
Dude, I'm just, it's unheard of, man. I mean, we're seeing things today, Kevin, that when me and you, as much as you used to fish, and I know you'll get back in it again one day, but I'm telling you, my jaw, when I go to the troughs now to weigh in, I'm in the weigh-in line and I see what's coming across the stage. I just shake my head. I mean, I'm literally in amazement on what these guys are doing to catch 25, 30. And it's like you have said before, 30 is the new 20.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and you catch 25 and you barely make a top 10. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I don't even know what to think anymore. It's crazy, but and while we got Cole on today, you're right. I hope he does give us a little more, but we want to know, one of my questions to him is, why is Toledo so good right now? What has created this atmosphere of these major bags coming in? Is it something management? Is it, you know, consistent water level? What has happened to maybe trigger all this? But anyway, we'll get to that and so much more. We got the, of course, we got the Triple T results. We'll have that. Outdoor Outlaws team.
Outlaw Outdoors.
Oh, it's Outlaw. I got it backwards.
Yeah.
Outlaw Outdoors Team Series number 2 results. We've got that going on. And I'll tell you another place, Kev, and we're not really talking about it much today. We will a little bit, but Lake of the Pines. Yeah, I fished the Elite Outdoors. They had their team series and their individual. And I'm telling you right now, dude, that's another place. It took 31 to win the team event, and with no forward-facing sonar. Yeah. None for either one of these two, the solo event on Sunday and the team event on Saturday. Lake of the Pines, y'all, is putting out some bags right now. It really is. It's a great place. I love fishing there. Yes, I've gotten to where I know the lake really well. And but we'll get more on that as well. And
we got the Fishers of Men coming up this weekend on Sam Rayburn after the 158, I think, boat field they had on Toledo Bend, their first event of the year. This weekend. The Fishermen East Texas division going out of Sam Rayburn. It'd be interesting to see the turnout they have again. Can they do it again? Can they draw another 150? which I know Bass Champs is going on up at Lake Belton. I think this weekend, Steve, is the Lake Fork Trophy Lures tournament that
It is.
Big Bass Splash is putting on.
Yeah, Sealy's running that. Yep,
Yeah,
you're correct.
up there at Lake Fork. So, a couple of things going on this weekend. I think there's something going on in Toledo this weekend, but next weekend is the big one of the year. This month, the two biggest tournaments of the year on Toledo Bend. You got the Spino coming up on the 14th, and the Poche tournament coming up on the 28th. So,
and that's where I hope Cole can give us, help some guys maybe
he will
fish that event.
And he's on the water today. He was on the water yesterday. I talked to him while he was on the water yesterday with some clients. So we're going to hear how they caught him this past weekend, guys. But we're also he's also going to give us a fishing report for all you guys going to fish the tournaments this coming month.
Good deal. Good deal. Looking forward to that. We're going to take a quick break. When we return, we're going to visit with Toledo Bend guide Cole Moore. You're watching Tackle Talk Live. We'll be right back.
A good marine dealer is hard to find, but a great dealer is even harder. But in Iowa, Louisiana, there's a marine dealer that falls into the great category, Power Implements Marine, South Louisiana's go-to dealer for all things related to the boating industry. A Minn Kota, Garmin, and Mercury dealer, guaranteeing you first-rate service in both sales and repair. A great selection of new and used boats to choose from, including Skeeter, G3, Ranger, Camus, and Go Devil. A knowledgeable staff that will treat you like family and are always willing to go the extra mile to ensure you walk out a happy customer. To see everything they have to offer, go to powerimplements.com or stop by 606 East Miller Street in Iowa, Louisiana. Plus, mention Tackle Talk Live and save $500 off a new or pre-owned boat or $50 off your first service ticket. Toledo Health is a full-service primary and acute care clinic. Nurse practitioners Jarrett Rule and Melissa Vines bring quality health care that's needed and convenient to the area. Nothing is worse than being sick on your family or fishing getaway. Whether it's a stomach virus or a hook in the hand, Toledo Healthcare will try and meet all your health care needs. Appointments available and walk-ins are always welcome. So the next time you're feeling down at Toledo Bend, stop by Toledo Healthcare, located on Highway 6 just south of Toledo Town, or call 318-508-5323. Very few stores are a complete one-stop shop, but Cypress Knee Outdoors is such a place. A store within a store. Cypress Knee is located inside 3J's four-way. Whether you need gas, food, drinks, or bait and tackle, they have it. Cypress Knee Outdoors carries top-name fishing brands like Strike King, Sandtone, Spro, and V&M. Crappie jigs from Bobby Garland. Need hunting gear? They have it. Ammunition from rifle to shotgun shells. Deer scents from Buck Wild and Doe and Heat. Deer stands from Titan and feeders from T-Hanger. Cypress Knee has it all. Located off I-49, exit 127, just south of Natchitoches, Louisiana. So stop by Cypress Knee Outdoors and let John Abram and his staff show you everything they have to offer. Or give them a call at 318-238-HUNT. You're watching Tackle Talk Live, a show dedicated to making you a better angler. Now back to the guys with all the inside scoop, Kevin Jean and Steve Graff.
Welcome back to Tackle Talk Live. Thank you for tuning us in today. This segment presented by the Lakes Insurance of Nacogdoches, Toledo Health Clinic, Cypress Knee Outdoors, Shimano, and Power Implements Marine, located in Iowa, Louisiana, as well as Lost Frontier Park on the west shores of Toledo Bend. All right, on the Tackle Talk Hotline, we've got Cole Moore. Cole, man, you and Cody, I don't know. I think you're going to have to come up with a new rule with your YouTube about maybe y'all. Hey, you're kind of like forward-facing sonar. We got to get y'all banned.
Don't tell him that, Steve. He's already banned from enough.
Yeah, that just hurts my feelings.
Well, you're hurting everybody else's feelings. No, good job, dude, man. Congratulations. Y'all whacking them ain't even the right word for that. I mean, that's just 43 pounds. I guess.
Cole, is that your biggest bag?
Oh, yes, sir, by far. As far as in a tournament, yes, sir.
Now Cody had 42, I think, a couple years ago, if I'm correct.
And I'm pretty sure that was the record on Toledo Bend as far as weight in the tournament in the but yeah, I'm pretty sure when you looked it up, it was the record, and then him and Lane had 42, I think, in a quarter or in some change. Something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I knew Cody had 42. I thought this was your biggest bag to date. But we do. I would imagine that is the largest 5-fish stringer ever caught on Toledo Bend. I would assume. Ain't that what you're saying?
I believe so, because like I said, I think
In a
him and Lane
tournament.
had it for a couple 2 or 3. Yeah, in a tournament, right?
Yeah.
In 2 or 3 years, they had a record. So
Okay.
it should be it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Especially for a 5-fish, I'm sure
Yeah.
it's got to be the record. Now,
Yeah,
they're used to,
that's a freaking.
in the old days they had 7 fish, but now they're only 5. But anyway.
Yeah. So Cole and me and you kind of talked about this yesterday. You kind of walked me through it, but 43.3. Your big fish was 10.15. Man, that is freaking 5 big ones. I mean, you had a giant, but you see 43.3, and you think maybe they had a 13 or something, but which you had an 11, you had a 10.15, but you had to have 4 other freaking giants as well, man. Take us through the morning. Well, let's go. Let's rewind it. Let's go to practice. I mean, nobody ever thinks they can catch 43.3, but after the Friday practice, because Texas Team Trail, you get a Friday practice. Was y'all feeling good? I mean, like you and Cody can, or is it might happen, it might not? How did y'all feel Friday night?
We actually felt pretty good up until the tournament check-in. Reason being is, me and Cody, we got 2, strategies. We go 2 separate ways. We kind of know the areas we're gonna fish and just kind of check some stuff. Mainly and it helps. One goes one way, one goes the other. Try to figure out the timing. What spots have the most and the biggest at certain times? So that was the main thing. And we both knew that with as many boats as been on Toledo Bend and the pressure, and just with the water being warm, it's going to be we knew we had to really make something happen between that 8 and 10 o'clock period. That we knew that was going to happen. So I went one way, he went the other, and it was kind of crazy. We literally called, I was calling him. He's like, dude, I was picking up the phone at the same time. Well, we both had found some fish, but the good thing was we wasn't too worried about somebody being on them. And I was like, and I told him where I'd seen some big ones, and but we both knew the area. So with that many boats, we need an early boat number. But they was there that morning, and they was big ones. We've both fished the spot before, even before we started fishing together. We knew the potential, and 30, a 30-pound stringer there was not out the question at all. So we needed early boat number. Well, we get to Cypress Bend that evening, walk up there and and this is the first time in a few years that I've even been worried about a boat number. I was like, just this one time, if we could get an early boat number, we probably have a very good chance at winning this one. Well, we get there and they check us in, and I'm looking at boat number 22 on the top. And I'm like, oh, yes. I said, ma'am, is that mine? She said, no, sir. And she goes to flipping through there and hands 184.
Oh,
I said,
Lord.
oh, my God.
Wow.
We scrambled back and forth which way to go. And the whole problem was that place that I had seen them is so far out of where the way we would, we wanted to fish. We both made a look. If there was not going to be a boat on Toledo Bend tomorrow, we wouldn't go to that spot first. We wouldn't go to it till, mid-morning anyway. Let's just go fishing. Maybe there's a reason this happened. Just go fishing like we normally would, and we'll just fish our way to it. If we get there and nobody's fished it, good. If not, no big deal. Hopefully we can catch some before that. So that was, like I say, practice felt pretty good. We was confident. We thought 30 was a pretty good chance of catching over 30 pounds.
Okay, Cole, I want to interrupt you, Cole. I want to interrupt because I don't want to skip over the practice deal. Do y'all practice? Are you catching or are you looking?
Mainly looking. It depends on if it's a place we've never fished before. We'll definitely. I mean, even with the lake these days, we both know. We know what size they are on down scan or side scan and in the live scope. But it's a new spot, just to test it, we will cast in there and see.
Yeah.
But for this tournament, the way the weather lined up, there's either going to be on the places we've already fished before, or they're going to be past that. They're going to be on the bank. Like there's no in between. So, like you say, the Friday before, no, we didn't. Neither one of us catch a big fish. We just knew there was fish on some places that hold big fish.
Okay.
But
good deal.
So then, if you go to Saturday morning, and keep in mind, like I say, so Cody saw some fish, and we wasn't worried, and it's good enough. Like, no matter what, there's boats on everything. We've got this one spot. We're going to get a couple big bites on it. We can't stress about too much. Well, we started on a spot, didn't get a bite, but we kind of expected that on that hole. It was a feast or famine. If we got a bite, it was going to be a big one, but half the time they don't bite anyway. So then we run over there I was like, it's early in the morning. Maybe we can catch a few more than we think off of that good spot. Well, we fished it for 30 minutes and we left it with 1 2-pounder. And we're both looking at each other like we didn't get the boat number we wanted. We just fished one of our best holes and we got a 2-pounder. And now it's done 9 o'clock. So we've missed the early bite. So we really don't we don't know what's going on right now. And
not spun out the questioning.
Right, yeah, we're literally looking at each other like what is happening? This is not good. So he's like, well, it's late. Let's just drive out here and let's just see if there's still some out here. And because Cody had seen a few on this spot the day before, he actually threw at them and couldn't get them to bite. So he's like, we need to be here early. Well, we're pulling up and it's late in the morning, so we're negative as can be already. And I can see some fish swimming around on the live scope, and but they wouldn't bite, and some of it didn't look like bass. It was real hugged to the bottom. I couldn't tell what they were. And Cody just fires a crankbait off to the side, like up where the fish was going to be. And he says, I got one, but we didn't know how big it was. So I was like, well, let me find it on the live scope, because he's pulling his crankbait rod. You really can't do much with him anyway. And I see it, and I freak out, and I'm like, there's no way he's got that one. And I'm looking at his line. I see where it's going in the water, and I'm looking at it on live scope. I was like, holy crap. He's like, yep, I think I got that one. And I'm like, that's a double digit. And well, come to find out, it come up and jumped. Chaos happened. We got it in the net, and it was the biggest one. First one in the morning is right at an 11-pounder.
Yeah.
So got all jacked up. I go stand on the trolling motor, and about, I don't know if it was the next cast or a couple casts later, I catch one that was a 9-pounder, right at a 9-pounder. Well, even then, so it was like, we got lucky. We got two of the big bites. We can salvage the day and catch a good bag. Wasn't thinking nothing yet. And I don't know if I was retying or putting that one in the box. I mean, it wasn't but a minute or two later, Cody sets the hook again, and it's an 8-pounder. So we've just caught an 11, a 9, and an 8 in 15 minutes. And
things get real quick.
And what time was it? What time was this?
This is sometime between 9 and 10 o'clock. I couldn't tell you the exact time.
Now, Cole, if you don't mind saying those three and that quick, is that all on a crankbait? Was you throwing an A-rig like you like to do, or?
So he caught the one on the crankbait, and the other two come on an Alabama rig.
Yeah.
So, like you said, we've got 3 giants in the box, and so that calmed us down. I was like, we're good. We can catch 2. At that time, all we was thinking about is we have a late boat number. We got till 4:15 to catch 2, solid fish, 4 or 5-pound fish. That's going to put us in the mid to high 30s, and on Toledo Bend, that's a pretty good shot to win it. So we was calm, and but at that time, it was like, man, it's still early in the morning or mid morning. It's like, we might as well just fish for some big fish before we go fishing around in some places we know we can get bit. So we got the bright idea to go check another spot, and we pull up, and I don't know, there wasn't but one or two fish there, and I get one of them to bite, and I put it in and it's another one. It's like right at an 8-pounder, like 780, 790. That's when it got real when we caught that one.
Yeah, because you
only
got
had
35 with
on,
4 now.
Correct. I put it on my scale, and I was like, dude, I said, we got almost 36 pounds on 4 right now. And we did, I think, all this is happening, Cody caught a 4. I think he did catch a 4-pounder on a crankbait, so they're like a 4 even. So I put it on the scale, so we got 39 pounds at this time. But with we're both, I don't know if we're eager or what, but like when not very many times in your lifetime you get an opportunity, to break a 40-pound stringer. But I'm like, we have a 4 even. There's so much room for improvement here. But it did get tough on us after that. We fished quite a few places, made it down the lake to where I'd seen the big ones. They was there, wouldn't bite. I don't know if it was just too late or what the deal was. Fished around in there for a good bit. I think Cody ended up catching like a 5.5. Pulled the 4-pounder. So now we've got 40, a little over 40 pounds, which, I mean, we was content with that. Not thinking nothing else more than that. Like, we just broke 40. We did our job. If we get beat with that, then we're just going to shake their hand and go to the house. That's all we can do. And the day, like I said, we really just had 2 good friends out of Toledo Bend, had a good day after that. We just went to fishing and having fun. We went up a creek, caught a bunch of little fish, which really just beating around, just wasting time. And we was actually just working. We was like, well, all right, it's getting late in the day. Let's start working our way back. And I think Cody's like, man, he's like, I ain't caught a fish over there in years. He's like, we ain't got nothing but time to waste. Let's ease over there. And I'll never forget it. I think he dropped the trolling motor, and the trolling motor's looking up there about 90 foot on the bottom, and there's one dot sitting there. We both looked at each other like, dang, no way that bass will bite. And I think I had my rod in my hand. He didn't have a rod, and I cast my Alabama rig up there. And just like it did for 4 years ago when I started doing it, every one of them would run up there and eat it. This one just swam up there, nothing to it, just ate it like you dream of. And I set the hook, and we're both freaking. I was like, there's no way this is possible. This is happening. And I put it in the boat, and it's another one just under 8 pounds, and it calls the 5.5-pounder. So at this time, we're freaking out, and I'm looking at my scale. I'm like, the smallest fish in this box is 7.60. I'm like, I'm not sure how we upgrade from this. So we literally, I think we trolled for most of the way and then idled all the way back to the boat ramp for the next hour.
And at what time did you catch that last fish?
It was like 2:30.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, it was like 2 o'clock or 2:30, and we both was freaking out. Dad was like, man, it just got real now. I mean, this is probably the biggest tournament either me or Cody could fish on Toledo Bend this year, and we just caught the biggest bag of fish we've ever caught.
Well, I don't know if you believe in it, Cole, but I don't know if you believe in the isolunar chart. I like to be in my best areas when that's prime time. Do you know what the prime time was last Saturday?
No, sir. I don't know. Look at that.
9:08 to 12:08 noon.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. Between 9 and about 11 or 10:30 is when the majority of it happened.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
How many bags did y'all have to walk up to weigh-in with? Did you do 2 or 3? You fit them in 2?
No, we did 2. We thought about 3, but they fit in 2 pretty good. That's nice and cozy in there.
God, I can't even imagine that.
I made that. I made the joke because Steve. I'm sitting at a softball game on Saturday. Me and Mr. Randy, both good friends of Cole, and we was watching the weigh or heard the weigh in. I told Randy, I said, how would you like to be the people sitting there with 34 pounds, and you see Cody and Cole walking up with 2 or 3 bags, going, they got 2 or 3 bags, they got some freaking hammers, and you're sitting there with 34.4, and you get beat by 9 pounds. So man, that's wow.
just
That's what we all dream of. There's no doubt about it. 43-3 on five
That's
is
correct.
uh,
Yeah, it was one days, and even like Cody, like he caught 42 before, but it was in a smaller tournament. You know what I mean? It wasn't in a big tournament,
right.
which
Yeah.
is like, you get pumped up and it's a magical day. But I
Win
mean,
twenty
for that
five hundred
after we
dollars.
put that last, yeah, we put the last one in the box. I mean, our stomachs was just tied in a knot the whole way. It's like, I mean, you almost feel sick at your stomach. You don't know what to do with yourself. It's like we really just did that on today.
Yeah, and
that's
for y'all, and y'all have won so much, but still, you never know on Toledo being 30 pounds. You don't know if you've got it won or not.
no,
And I know
not
you and
anymore.
I know y'all well enough to know that y'all have never, as much as y'all have won, very rarely do y'all go up to weigh in just knowing you have it won. Well, let me tell you something. Y'all knew y'all had this one won. There's no doubt about that one.
Oh yeah,
No,
like what's
don't even play
crazy is
that off. 43 pounds, don't even.
You had to think that at
no,
36 pounds.
well, I'm saying when we had the 40, before we called the last
Yeah.
one, that thought, that sick feeling of, okay, those guys had 34 pounds, a monstrous bag. But I mean, I've seen 40 weight on Toledo Bend before, and there's two or
Yeah.
three. I mean, Tater was fishing this, Riley Harris. There's guys that know how to catch 40 plus pound stringers, and well, then like you say, if when that, I'm like, we still got a 5.5 in here, but I'm like, if one
Yeah.
of them did look up and catch one of them Toledo Bend,
13, 14,
giant, like
yeah.
13-pounder, they're that then it's like, boy, how
Yeah.
sick would you be to get second 40? But yeah, when we caught the last one it's kind of like it's probably over now.
Well, Cole, Kevin and I were talking before we came on air, Toledo Bend's got to be the number one lake in the country right now. Everybody says Gunnersville, blah, blah, blah. Look, I don't care. I don't know if Gunnersville's putting out the weights that Toledo Bend is right now. What do you attribute this spring, early spring, to the big weights? I mean, is it consistent water level? Is it I mean, what
It's gonna
is
it's not very healthy for the spawn right now. It's not good. I'll be honest with you,
It's low, yeah.
because it's low. The fish can't get away nowhere. Like, they can't get behind them cypress trees and bushes. Like, they can only be on, the first stump off the bank or a little piece of grass.
yeah.
Water is clear. We haven't got no rain. You can go. I mean, I've been on a guide trip the last couple of days out here on Toledo, and yesterday morning I'm in the very back of housing where it's normally dirty, muddy, and I can see down 3-4 foot, and I can see fish on beds, and I'm like, man, as many people fished on Toledo Bend the last 2 weeks. Like, it's not good for the spring. We really need but that is the reason you're seeing consistent water level. It's clear water.
Yeah.
And it's been in February, and it's been tremendously warm compared to how it normally has been.
Yeah.
But like I say, it might hurt the fish just a little bit, but I will tell you, there's the amount of fish that I have seen on my graphs, that you can't make bite just because they've got educated and they're smart, which is good. But it's Toledo Bend full of them. I'm telling you, full of giants.
Cole, so March being a big month on Toledo Bend, and I know you're not able to fish any of the big tournaments, but you got the Spino next weekend, you got the Poche the 28th, you got a bunch of really big tournaments coming up on Toledo Bend for guys, and there's going to be a lot of guys that fish the month of March. It'd be the only time they fish. It'd be the only tournaments they fish, the
Right.
Poche, the Spino. So give some guys some, kind of a Toledo Bend fishing report right now. And I know you're on a guy trip right now. What are y'all doing to catch them? Where are you going to go catch numbers? And with the warm weather and the warm rain we got coming up, it's just going to be more of a push to the bank. What would you go do or tell people if you were trying to tell somebody, hey, this is what you need to go do during the Despino tournament in about a week and a half? What's your advice there?
As far as getting bit, you can. We've got. I've been in several different areas the last 2 days just fishing. We're just trying to get bites out here. And in any of the back of every little ditch, little nook, little cranny that runs up in behind a spawning flat or in a spawning pocket, you get to the back of it, you can power pole down in about 6-7 foot of water, and you can catch. If you drag something slow that's pretty light, you know, a lot of people like throw a Cinco or a lizard. You can catch good ones too. Because yesterday we had several big fish. Today we haven't caught nothing big yet, but as far as getting bit, the back of the pockets, in the back of the flats, like I said, we all know it's warm. Water's in the mid 60s right now and it's clear. But I would stay away from them if you can. The further we are from them, like we're getting more bites at a long cast because the water's clear and they got trolled up so many times. Make a long cast with something light up there that don't hit the water hard. It's real light, subtle. Just any kind of green pumpkin color, you can get bit. But now, as far as to win it, I definitely see, unless I do know we have some rain coming this weekend. Yes. I don't know how much. If it doesn't stir the water up too bad, your bed fisherman is probably going to be hard to beat. I would go ahead and from what I've seen the last 2 days up shallow, I've seen. I mean, we had one just under 10 yesterday. That was on a bed. We caught it. I could definitely see the bed fishermen being pretty hard to beat in those couple tournaments.
Well, they're calling for major rain starting Saturday for 5 consecutive days till Wednesday. So I think
really?
Yes, I'm hearing that's what's on the way, and that's going to impact all of our area lakes in our region. So, which we need it. We need the rain. We need the water.
Yes, the lake needs the rain. It won't hurt it. Okay, so for the bed fishermen, then I would still say your same guys that know where the biggest fish in the lake get on the beds. It might even be better for them if they get some rain and dingier water. They can just go through their blind casting, and they might be easier to catch. Honestly, a little dirtier water could be easier to catch them. So, but then if it does, we get some rain, a little wind or something, then you're going to see your chatterbait, your little square bill, and your trap guys going to come into play. Then they're going to catch some big stringers.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right.
Cole, good deal, man. I sure appreciate it. Appreciate you coming on. I know you're on a guide trip today. You had one yesterday as well, and I appreciate taking the time out of the day. But man, congratulations. Biggest bag ever weighed in on Toledo Bend, and there has been some of the best fish Toledo Bend, man. So congratulations to you and Cody both. And I know we'll most likely. Steve, funny story. I called Cole yesterday, and he goes, "Me and Cody were betting on when and which one of us you were going to call." And I said, "Well, I flipped a coin. Heads Cole, tails Cody, and it went heads." So Cole got the phone call, but I text Cody. I'm like, "It's Cole this round, but you're up next." So
yeah, Cole, I got one more question for you.
Go ahead.
The north end of Toledo Bend have they done their thing from Blue Lake up? Have they already done their thing up there, or are there still a lot of fish still left to spawn?
I'm not very familiar up there. I don't go up there a whole lot. I know they do spawn. We all know they spawn up there a little bit earlier.
Right.
Just from based off what me and Cody caught, or how we caught them, I think that was the last wave of fish moving in. And then the way I've seen the fish the last 2 days, some really big ones just getting to the bank. I still would say up there on the north end, that last group of big ones is probably just getting there. Now, like I say, it's going to be the last one, but there's probably just a few left for somebody to catch a big stringer up there as well.
Because we're under a full moon right now, so there's probably some fish coming in.
Correct. I mean, there's a bunch of them doing it all. And, normally it's because we have a cold fall and a cold winter. And then when it does warm up, the north end warms up faster. Well, it's been warm since we've got one little cold snap that lasted 3 days, but the whole lake warmed up about the same temperature at the same time. So I think you're seeing about the same spawn all the way throughout the lake. I would imagine the guys on the dam, it's the last couple groups away going up there too.
Okay. Good deal.
Agreed.
All right, Cole, we appreciate you, man.
But yes. Well, I sure appreciate it, but yes, sir. Hopefully, we get to do it again. That means maybe we caught another big stringer. Me and Cody's gonna try to fish all the team trails this year, so next one will be at Rayburn in a month. So hopefully that one goes good too.
All right. Good luck to both of y'all, man. We appreciate you guys, both of you. And we'll look forward. Maybe Cody will be on with us next time. So good luck the rest of the way, Cole. Y'all have a good Texas team trail circuit. And anything else y'all are fishing, man. If you got any good information you can send mine and Kevin's way, we'd appreciate it.
That's right. That's right. I don't even see y'all two up here no more. Y'all
right.
Like some lost strangers.
You're right. You're right.
I'm at Lake of the Pines more than anywhere now for some reason. But anyway.
All right, Cole. We'll talk to you later.
Not a bad place.
No, it's really not. It is a great place. All right, Cole. Thank you, bud. All right. We got Cole. Man, he gave some good stuff there.
I told you, Steve, I thought we was going to get a little bit more than we usually get because – that bite, the way he caught him is like he said, this is the last group that is pulling up. They're catching fish that are pulling up out of the deep, coming up, getting ready to do their spawn. And this is the last group.
What was ironic to me was at Pines, I didn't have a keeper in the boat at 10 o'clock. I didn't have a fish. I didn't have fish in the live well. Yeah. Now that was Sunday, but even on Saturday, the bite just was not happening early for some reason. And I finally looked at my Isolino chart, which I don't rely on it, but it can be pretty predictable when they're going to turn on. Yeah. And boy, it was spot on because by 10:30, 11 o'clock, man, I was catching them, dude. It was, especially on Sunday, it was incredible. One of the best days I've ever had. And it's funny how accurate that chart can be. And again, I don't ever rely on it, but I try to be in my best areas, whatever that chart says. I try to be in those good areas. But anyway, all right. We're going to take another break. Kevin, we'll come back and we'll give you all the statistics from the Texas Team Trail. We've got the Elite Outdoors Lake of the Pines team results. We got the Outlaw Outdoor Team Series #2 results from Rayburn. Lake level, we got upcoming tournaments and a little short dual thread update is kind of let you know what's going on with that deal. You're watching Tackle Talk Live. We'll be right back.
The Lakes Insurance Agency is an independent insurance agency taking care of Texans' insurance needs for over 25 years, offering auto, homeowners, boat, RV, life, health, and commercial insurance. Owner Clark Moore is a local fishing guide and tournament angler who understands your insurance needs and wants to be your go-to guide for all your insurance needs. For a free quote, give him a call and see why so many Texans trust the Lake Insurance Agency. 2 locations to serve you in both Nacogdoches and Bravos, Texas. Or give him a call at 936-205-4467.
You're watching Tackle Talk Live, a show dedicated to making you a better angler. Now back to the guys with all the inside scoop, Kevin Jean and Steve Graff.
Welcome back. This is our final segment for today's program, and we want to thank these fine sponsors. The Lakes Insurance of Nacogdoches. If you need boat insurance, truck insurance, car insurance, health, whatever you're after, go by and see the guys at Lakes Insurance of Nacogdoches. They're also located in Broadus, Texas, right there close to Sam Rayburn, as well as in Nacogdoches. Toledo Health Clinic. Got a hook in your hand. You're not feeling good. I know I've had to go get a couple of steroid shots the last couple of weeks to get rid of the crud I had. Toledo Health Clinic, they'll get a hook out of your hand too if you need it. Cypress Knee Outdoors. Hey, I know there's a lot of crappie anglers in this area, and a lot of these guys are going out and trying to catch crappie. They got the Bobby Garland, complete line of Bobby Garland jigs down there at Cypress Knee Outdoors, as well as all the top name brands for bass fishermen. Shimano, Power Implements Marine, located right there in Iowa, Louisiana. Kevin, if you walk in the door there and you're looking to buy a boat or you're looking to get your boat worked on, what do you have to do to get a little discount?
All you got to do is tell them the guys at Tackle Talk Live sent you, Steve. You can save $500 off the purchase of a new or used boat, or you get $50 off your service ticket just by saying, "Hey, I heard about you guys on Tackle Talk Live." Save money every time you go into Power Implements Marine right there in Iowa, Louisiana. Steve, also a new Vexus dealer. They have Skeeter,
Yeah.
they have Camus, and now they just added Vexus to their lineup as well. So I was just there last week. Man, they got some good looking Vexuses there. One really good looking fiberglass boat that, man, it's Vexus has done a lot of changing on a lot of their boats.
Yeah, they made some improvements. They have. Of
They have really made some improvements. I was impressed.
course, they're old Ranger guys, Randy Hopper and Keith
Mhm.
Daffrin. They're both two key Ranger guys that left the company back when they got purchased or bought out, and started their own line with Vexus, which is basically one block away from Ranger Boats, right around the corner. But anyway, also Lost Frontier Park, now under new management, or the old management has purchased it back. Chase Collins and the family, they've taken it back over, looking for a great place to stay. Look no further than Lost Frontier Park on Toledo Bend. The amenities include RV park, huge swimming pool, cabins, great restaurant, lakeside beach with bungalows, along with 3-boat launch ramp, and so much more. To plan your next getaway or make a reservation, go call 409-404-9972. That's 409-404-9972. That's Lost Frontier Park, located on Carice Creek on the Texas side of Toledo Bend. All right. Let's see here, Kevin. Let's start off. I've got real quick a dual thread update. Still no sign of this Timothy Lynn. They got APBs out for this dude all over the place. They're looking for this cat, trying to get him. If you know him, turn him in, because man, this dude is bad news. And turns out, I found out through the grapevine from a couple other pros that I visit with about this whole deal. More guys have admitted that they paid the full amount of $30,000 up front.
Ooh.
So they're feeling like he's gotten away with 1.5 million probably up front money that he just scammed and left the country. Well, they don't know if he left the country. They don't know where he's at. But anyway, that's a little update on that. And as more stuff comes out on that, I'll keep you updated and posted as to what's going on with all that. But anyway, hopefully they catch this clown.
Yeah.
I mean, Kevin, that's just like you said last, black eye for the sport. I mean, just nothing good comes out of that at all.
Right. No.
So I think there's some guys, they're trying to do GoFundMe pay just for some of these anglers that lost their money. Some of them lost only $9,000, but some lost 30,000. I don't know. I have mixed feelings on that, but so
yeah, that's a different story. But that's
really
man, that's tough right there. They're gonna find this guy.
I hope so. All right, Texas Team Trail results, Kevin. I think you got those in front of you.
Yep. So of course Cole and Cody had 43.3. Second place, Lindsay, and all I have his last name here is, guys. They fished the Fishing Chaos. Steve, you don't have anything different, do you, than the Fishing Chaos results?
No.
It's just last names. Yeah. So Lindsay's 34.4. Lane and Brandon had 29.3. Benji Gillette and Rivers had 29.2. Shelby and Martin had 27.14. Also, Lotta and Blakelock had 27.14. Look at them two back fishing again a little bit. Seventh place was Kroll and Taylor had 27.9. A bunch of 27s.
Yeah.
Eighth place was Marshall and Rose, 27.3. Ninth place, Burley and Roan had 26.10. A lot of names we know right here, Steve.
Yeah.
10th place, Middlebrook and O'Connor had 24.14. 25 pounds. 10th place, Steve. 25 pounds.
Yeah.
They had 30th place was 20 pounds even. I don't know how far they paid it down, because I don't, on the app it doesn't show it here. So yeah, wow. What a weekend on Toledo Bend.
Now, Kevin, I've got the Outlaw Outdoors, and I think I've got the right one. Is it Hayden Heck, that him and his partner, are they the winners? That's what you know? Dean Adams. It says Outdoor Team Series number 2. So that should be it, right? No,
that tournament wasn't this weekend.
Well, I don't know what I'm missing then.
There wasn't anything on Rayburn this past weekend. You whack 'em and the high school tournaments.
But we didn't go over the team series number 2 at all last week. We did 1, but we didn't do 2.
No. One got canceled. 2 was 1.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Rescheduled for March the 29th. Okay.
Correct. 2
So we
was
don't
1.
have. So we don't
1
have
was
any
2.
outlaw outdoor results. Okay. All
Nope.
right. Good deal. Well, let's move right along then. Let's see here.
They had all high school tournaments on Rayburn, which I don't have anything on.
Let's see. Hang on. I've got. Well, hold on. Let me get rid of some of my screen stuff here. I got too much on my screen. All right, here we go. This would be in the Lake of the Pines Elite Outdoors Team Series. And like I said earlier, if you thought Toledo's hot, take another gander at this place. Lake of the Pines over there north of Marshall, just west of Jefferson. Team series, Glenn Bingham was first with Scott Hopkins. That the team, they had a 768 kicker. They had 5 fish for 31.01. And they weighed in like at 1:30. Weigh-in wasn't until 3. They weighed in early. And so they had them fish caught fairly early in the day. Second place was Derek Bartley and John Turner. They were second they had a 915 kicker. They had 26.56 for second. Marty Sugg and Mike Herron were third with 24.48. Pake South. Pake was in this event, and Pake won the Rayburn last week, the Bassmaster Open. Pake and his partner, Darren Lagoria, they were fourth with 23.16. Devin Bowden and Shane Gibson were fifth with 20.15. James Haskins and Cody Huffman were sixth with 19.88. Jim Tutt, FLW pro and professional angler. I visited with Jim a little bit on Sunday morning. Super nice guy, great angler. His partner, they were eighth. Jim Tutt and Jeff Wright, they were eighth with 18.59. Top 10 was rounded out with a 15.17. That was Philip Davidson and Hunter Davidson. So congratulations to all those guys. But Pines was putting out some pretty good bags over there, Kevin. Yeah. I was impressed.
Yeah, it has, and it the last couple of years, Steve, it's been spitting them out. So, but yeah, I mean, it was a good weekend. It was a great weekend for fishing for sure. Steve, we got some good weekends coming up.
Yes, we do. A lot going on.
This weekend, a lot going on. Fishermen East Texas Division over at Sam Rayburn, as we alluded to earlier. The big Bass Splash is putting on the Lake Trophy Lures tournament up at Lake Fork.
Yeah.
And then you've got the Bass Champs is at Lake Pelton, March 14th, the Despino Tire Tournament on Toledo Bend, and the BFL over on Sam Rayburn. So we got a lot coming up, Steve, the next couple of weeks for sure.
Yes, we do. So the month of March is just absolutely full of tournaments. If you're looking for something to fish, look no further, because Toledo Bend and Rayburn in this region has got something going on pretty much every weekend. Lake levels, real quick. Look, and Kevin, I sure hope that the weatherman is right on this. That the rain is coming this coming weekend. They have high hopes that it's going to drop a lot of water on us, which we desperately need in this East Texas. So many areas that have burn bans all throughout Northwest Louisiana and East Texas, and hopefully that will cease. Hopefully by Monday, all those burn bans will be lifted. But Toledo Bend right now is 3.98 feet low. It's at 168.02. And so it had a 10-day gain of 0.6 inches. I'm not sure where the water was coming from, Sabine Rivers, but I don't know what was feeding it. Sam Rayburn is at 155.47. It's still down 8.93 feet. It has a 10-day gain of 1.56 inches. So been a little water coming into Rayburn. Lake of the Pines is at 227.52. It's down 2.48 feet. Fork is at 400.02, and it's only down 2.98 feet. So if you're going in one of those 4 bodies of water, Lake of the Pines is 2.5 feet low, but Fork is right at 3. So they're not quite as bad as Sam Rayburn, but they need rain. They need rain. Let's see here, Kev. Shimano, you have anything for Shimano this week?
So, Steve, one thing I wanted to bring up, and I think I can get it here, guys. Something you want to check out is the Shimano Flash Boost technology, and especially specifically in the jerkbaits. You can see it there. That mirror foil
Yeah.
right there. It's spring loaded that makes it shimmer in the jerkbait that Shimano has. It's called Flash Boost technology. This is something, guys, you really want to check out, and in the Shimano line of jerkbaits. It adds a little extra flash that you don't have with other jerkbaits. You can see it right there. Check
What's
them
the
out your local tackle store for sure.
what's the depth of that particular one you got there, Kev?
Oh, I don't even know which one I grabbed. This is the 115. So this is like 2 to 5 foot.
2 to 5 foot, which
Yeah.
is a good range right now. Especially
Yes, no,
fish up
absolutely.
shallow.
And jerkbaits, it's good. It's a good bait this time of the month, especially for
Yes.
some of those pre-spawn ones. But I haven't talked about it yet. I've talked a lot about the reels and rods, but that Shimano Flash Boost technology in some of the baits, you guys, y'all want to check it out. It gives it something different. It gives it a different shimmer, and it's you can catch some good. I've caught some really good fish on it back in the winter when I was able to fish some out there. So
Yeah. Good deal. Good deal. All right. Kev, that's about all we got.
yeah, I
don't
think
have
that does
anything
it for
else.
us for this week.
And anything else?
No, I think we're good, Steve. Got a busy week next week, and you
Yeah.
know, in talking to Cody and Cole both, Steve, it was pretty cool to hear. You know, as soon as they won, they were trying to figure out who was going to go on Tackle Talk, and I've heard that from a lot of guys. It's
Yeah.
you know, when they win a tournament on Toledo Bend, Sam Rayburn, like, we was waiting on that phone call because we figured y'all was going to call us, and we've been doing this long enough, Steve, now that it's pretty cool hearing guys talk about that. You know, you win a tournament, well, now we got to do Tackle Talk. So
Yeah.
that was pretty fun.
It really, and we appreciate everybody that comes on our program, takes the time to, and some people hold back information, understandably, because they may have a tournament coming back up. They don't want to give out too much information. We get it. We fish. We understand that. And, but we do appreciate your time when you do come on with us. We always look forward to hearing how you caught them and what you did. And that's what draws our audience in. People want to know, you know, what you doing? How you catching fish right now? And Kevin, I'll be honest with you, like this past weekend when I was at Pines, and Pines is just like any other lake right now, they're crowded, very crowded. Boat ramps, you're waiting in line to launch. As many ramps as there are on Lake of the Pines, every single ramp is absolutely loaded with boats right now. A lot of crappie fishermen are still out there. They're starting to dwindle a little bit because the crappie have already kind of done their thing. But now you get the bass moving in. You got the brim getting ready to move in after that. So the lakes are going to be crowded for a while. So be patient. That's my, you know, I know I got frustrated fishing a Sunday tournament. My Saturday, I practiced while the team tournament was going on. And of course, I tried to stay out of those guys' way. If I came across somebody, I would ask them, are you in the tournament? And if they said yes, and I'd say, okay, well, I'm going to get out of your way. And I just idle off. I get away from them. That's just me. Not everybody does that, but I'm going to be courteous to those guys. If you tell me, I want to communicate with you, I'm not going to come in there on you and not say a word. And there are people that do that, and it frustrates the heck out of me. At least talk and say, hey, which way are you going? Are you going that way? Are you going this way? So don't go. I mean, just try to work together, because it's, especially in the back of these pockets where bass are going into right now to spawn, it gets crowded quick in the back of these little pockets. So be courteous and maintain your patience and maintain your cool. Okay. Because we're all out there to do one thing, have a good time and catch some fish. So, all right. That's going to wrap us up for this week. Thank you for tuning us in. Please check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, however way you listen to a podcast. If you'd like to become a member of our sponsorship team, just message us on our Facebook page. Kevin will get out a detailed packet to you immediately. For Kevin Jean, yours truly, Steve Graff, we appreciate you watching this week. We'll see you next week with more Tackle Talk Live.